Okay. All right, you guys. So I wanted to start out with a couple of announcements just real quick. There's three things to know. Well, there's actually more than three, but we'll start with the three things. So first is that well, you two are in the team cup, and you, well, Lizzie shared her goals. Did you share your goals on the page, Heather? Heather's going to share her goals on the page later today because it's an hour earlier where she is. She has time. And then, so good. And then the second thing is that our Rise to Emerald group is going to start on the 13th of February. So I know, Lizzie, you're going to be a part of that group, right? You may be Emerald before then, but whatever. It's good training. And then Heather's going to be a part of that group too, because the thing that's cool about going Emerald is that if you continue to have that in your mind, I'm going to go Emerald, I'm going to go Emerald, I'm going to go Emerald, you'll eventually end up a diamond. So if you just keep going Emerald over and over again, you end up a diamond, more or less. I mean, you have to get some emeralds. It's a long story. But anyway, the point is that even if you're already an Emerald, doing a training like that can be really helpful for your business. So Heather's going to be in there too, and maybe she'll have a coach to put in there. I don't know. She's trying to write her goals right now. I'm just kidding. I knew it. Awesome. Yeah. So you might have a coach to put in there. That's awesome. So you have until the 13th, and it's going to be a week long. So it's the training 6 days, but the 7th day is going to be a live kind of like sneak peek into what a day in the life of a coach looks like, which both of you kind of know what that is, but that's okay. So the third thing is immediately following that, okay, so then it's going to end on a Sunday. That next Monday, I believe, will be the 20th. We'll start at Coach Basics. And there's a new training from Beachbody called the First 30. And the Coach Basics training is going to be based on this new training from Beachbody. It's not going to be the corporate training because, to be honest with you, the corporate training is kind of dull a little bit, so we're gonna spice it up. And it's me and my two success partners who are husband and wife. I think y'all have met them or heard about them, Rob and Robin Stanley. They're Star Diamond also, and we kind of try to do a lot of things together just because it's fun. So that starts immediately on the 20th, and I think, Lizzie, you've done Coach Basics. I know you have, Heather, but as you start to add coaches, the reason why we wanted to do it immediately following is so that if you add coaches that actually turn out to be not just discount coaches, but working coaches, we want you to have a place to put them. So to just kind of, and then, propel them forward into Emerald. So that's kind of what we're trying to do because, really, and I know Heather can attest to this, and Lizzie, you probably can too, because as you've been starting to think about rank advancement, you can go Emerald pretty dang quick. Like, you've already got it. You probably already have it in your, I mean, Kimberly just kind of told me like she thinks it's going to happen before we may even start the group. But, so you've already got it in your mind, and it's quick. I mean, I think I was trying to think about it earlier before we started the call. I think it took me 10 days to go Emerald from the day that I signed up as a coach. So you can do it really quick. So those are really the three things that you guys need to know. You guys know about the challenge pack, the Beachbody on-demand all access with Shakeology that is still available till the end of the month, and I don't know what they're going to do after that. I have no earthly idea. I'm assuming the price on it's going to go up to some extent, but I don't know what they're going to do with the all access thing. I don't know if that was it. Like, if you don't get it by February, you don't get it. I have no idea. Not heard anything. So just be aware of that in terms of your people who may have been a little bit interested in the idea of all access, even if they didn't want a challenge pack, because we want to make sure to get people the best deal they can get while it's still on sale. All right. So what I wanted to talk about tonight was a sort of product knowledge, I guess. And I know that Heather, I think, has done all of the things on this list, maybe except for some of the boosts, but you may have done those too. But there's a lot of people in our team that haven't. I have personally not done a 3-day refresh or an ultimate reset. I know a lot about both of them because I have lots of customers who've done them, and coaches, Heather. I think they're awesome, but I wanted to talk about product knowledge because it's really, really important to know what we have available and how it works. And all the things that I'm going to talk about are continuity products, meaning that they come on a regular basis or can come on a regular basis for your customers. So I'm going to start talking about Shakeology, and I'm not going to talk a ton about it because I have no idea what time it is. Okay, it's 10 after 8. So I'm going to talk about Shakeology first. I'm not going to talk a ton about it because I know you guys know a lot about it. I think maybe, though, on another call, we'll spend an entire call on Shakeology because I think it is so important. It's such an important part of our business. And to be honest with you, compared to the other stuff out there, it is by far the best product on the market. And I'm not saying that. This is exactly what I say to people. I'm not saying that because I sell it. I'm saying that because it's the truth. There is nothing better out there. Even the one that I think sort of compares to it, and Kimberly can speak to this because before she and I started talking, she was drinking it, and that's Vega. That is a vegan shake that it tastes like poo-poo. But it has some good ingredients in it and it has nothing bad in it. But it's got about 12 superfoods. I counted them last night because I have a customer or a potential customer who's talking to me, and she's a diehard Vega person. And you know, it's really not that much cheaper than Shakeology, really, because you buy the canisters and it's like, I think it's $60 for 20 servings, or $54 for 20 servings, maybe. And so Shakeology is 100, and depending on if you're a coach or not, but say 129 for 30 servings. It's not that much more expensive, and you're getting so much more. So let me just talk about the benefits of Shakeology. I'm not going to compare them to other shakes. That's a whole different call. But let's just talk about the benefits of Shakeology. Okay, so we've got probiotics, which everybody needs. But in addition to the fact that there's probiotics in there, because there's a million, literally, no, not that many, maybe a couple hundred different probiotics, and some are super effective at helping our gut, and some are just probiotics. They're just kind of run-of-the-mill probiotics. Well, the ones in Shakeology were picked specifically for they're supposed to be the best at healing and keeping your gut functional. I'm an IBS person. When you look at probiotics and IBS, the probiotics that are in Shakeology are the ones that come up all the time when you Google it. Those are actually the ones that should be in there, okay? The downside to those probiotics is they're expensive, which is part of the reason why our product is a little bit more expensive than the other ones, because it's better. Sorry, but it's true. All right, so probiotics. We've got digestive enzymes, and there are a couple other shakes on the market. Vega is one of them that has digestive enzymes. It doesn't have the profile of digestive enzymes what's it called? Shakeology has. So our profile of the amount of digestive enzymes that we have is a complete profile of digestive enzymes. So it's everything. It's lipase, it's amylase, it's protease. It's all the different things that we need to be breaking down. So your starches, your fats, your proteins. It's got all the digestive enzymes you need to digest the different things that we have to in our body, and that's all in Shakeology. That part is not found in another shake right now. And then there's the 72 superfoods that we have. There is no other product on the market that's like it. There's 14 in Vega. And so for an extra, $15, you're getting an extra 60 superfoods, of which, and so let me start by saying this. Vega has no adaptogens. Adaptogens are for your immune system. They prevent cancer. They help keep you healthy. Vega has none of those. No other one on the market has it. A lot of people will add them to their drinks, and it makes their little $3.50 drink shake end up being like a $5 shake. And then they're spending more money than they would if they were having Shakeology. On top of that, the other thing that Shakeology has that nothing else has are the anti-inflammatory foods. And this, you guys, is huge because there are so many things that we as Americans deal with health-wise that are rooted in inflammation. And if you can decrease the inflammation overall in your body, not just in your ring finger on your right hand, but in your entire body. So your gut, your circulatory system, your heart, your lungs, everything. If you can decrease overall inflammation in your body, your blood pressure is going to go down. Your cholesterol is going to go down. There's a inflammatory marker for heart disease, and that goes down when you decrease inflammation in your body. So by doing all those things and adding those foods that are going to decrease stuff in your body, you're actually going to increase your health dramatically. And really, to be honest with you, it's cheaper to stay healthy than it is to be sick. So if you have to spend an extra $1 a day to keep your body healthy, it's going to save you thousands of dollars over the course of the year and hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of the years. Okay. So, and then of course there's like the little things, like the fact that Shakeology tastes good, which to me isn't a little thing. I tried to drink Vega. It made me gag. I could not drink it. And then there are the decreased cravings, which I know you guys have experienced. And I typically have people, it takes them about 4 to 6 days of consistent Shakeology drinking to the point where they're like, I don't know where the cravings went. That's it, 4 to 6 days. And those cravings are a huge part of why we as Americans are overweight, because we crave and then we're like, oh, sure, I'll just go eat that because we can, because it's here, because we can go buy it, because we have grocery stores, and we have access to everything, we can go eat it. So, with the decreased cravings, that's a pretty big deal. And nothing compares to good digestion. Come on, you guys, right? So all these things, IBS, Crohn's, IBD, the irritable bowel disease, what's the other one? Ulcerative colitis, okay? All these things, those are all inflammation problems, number one. Number two, when you have killer digestion, that stuff kind of goes away. And I know I saw your post today, Lizzie, and that was my life before Shakeology too. And since I was 24, and so I'm 45, I'm older than you, just a little bit. But I dealt with that till I was 41, 42. That same mess of stuff, constantly trying to control. I was either, TMI, but either super constipated or I had the runs, and there was nothing in between. I don't have that problem anymore. And my entire system is so much healthier because of it. So that's just in a nutshell. There's so much more we can talk about with Shakeology, and we can do that another day. But for now, I want to talk about just that stuff. And then I want to move into the 3-day refresh. And I know Heather's done it quite a few times. Have you done it, Lizzie? Yeah, I haven't either personally. I'm not a cleansy kind of person just because of my stomach issues. I'm a little afraid that some of that cleansy stuff might jack it up. So I personally haven't done it yet. I think at some point I will do the ultimate reset. It sounds very interesting to me, and I think that it would really benefit my gut too. And I'll talk about that in a second. 3-day refresh. So the 3-day refresh works like a charm. I had a customer use it the other day. She's in our health bet, but she's also in another health bet. Did you know that there was a health bet? The original health bet is it still out there? It's a website, and it was actually started by Autumn. So that's that's actually her product, the health bet. And I think that's why Beachbody can use that term, because they, for lack of a better word, kind of own her. But anyway, so I don't know, maybe they don't, but I think that's why they can use that word. But anyway, my friend was involved in this health bet in addition to our health bet. And she had to lose a certain number of pounds, but she was struggling with it. And she finally said, I think I'm just going to try a 3-day refresh. Do you think it'll work? I have to be down to this weight by today at noon. And I said, well, try it. I don't know. She's done it before. She did it a year ago. And she said, okay, I'm going to try it. And so she had 4.6 pounds to lose before she started it. She lost every single ounce. So she was actually down 4.8 pounds. No, are y'all frozen? No. Because of the 3-day refresh. And so what the 3-day refresh is you can do it one of two ways. If you're already getting Shakeology, you don't have to purchase it with Shakeology. If you're not getting Shakeology, you can buy it on its own. You get 3 packets of Shakeology, 3 packets of the Vanilla Fresh, which is their higher protein. It's got 22 grams of protein instead of 16, and it's used as a meal. I think do you drink it twice a day, Heather? You do, don't you? Or just one shake? You do. I think you drink 1 Shakeology and 2 Vanilla Freshes, and then you get 2 snacks. And the snacks are all vegetables, and I think you get some fruit too, right? Hold on, let me unmute Heather because she's done it. What do you get?
Yeah, I think you get 2 Vanilla Freshes, 1 shake, and then your fiber sweep.
Yes, the fiber sweep. The fiber sweep.
Tastes disgusting.
But it does the trick.
Yeah. And it's not aggressive. It's not like you're
blowing out.
Empty. No.
You can't leave it's not like you can't leave the house kind of thing.
Yeah, you're good.
So, and a lot of people, I think the fiber, I'm going to get to fiber in a second when I talk about the boosts, but the fiber is so important. Oh my gosh, I can't even begin to start. Fiber is so important. But the 3-day refresh, so it increases the amount of fiber that's in your gut. You drink a load of water. You can drink green tea, you do fruits and vegetables, and you have your 3 shakes a day. And some people will be like, oh my gosh, it's 3 shakes a day? Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do it. It's 3 days, people, 3 days. And I tell my people that generally women will lose between 3 and 6 pounds. Men tend to lose between 5 and 10 pounds on the 3-day refresh. So great product, killer results. I don't have anybody who's not had at least 3 pounds, which in a lot of cases can be just water weight, but in some cases it's not. So, and then I always tell people, if you're going to do the 3-day refresh or the ultimate reset, which is what I'm about to talk about, you need to be able to follow that up with something that that you can hold on to your results with. And that's why I always tell people, especially with the ultimate reset, I say, if you're going to buy the ultimate reset, if you're going to invest in the ultimate reset, before you do it, I want you to do the 21-day fix, especially the eating plan, because I want you to be able, if you're going to spend $200 on a reset, I want you to be able to follow that up with something that can help you keep your results. And that's been super effective for most people. And so I have them either purchase the portion fix and have it ready for themselves when they finish the ultimate reset, or I have them do it before they start the reset. And I don't know, Lizzie, do you know much about the ultimate reset? So Heather's done it. I'm going to unmute her so she can comment too, because she's done it once or twice. Have you done it twice?
I'm starting on Monday for my second one.
Okay. So the ultimate reset's a 21-day. It's not I don't think it's a cleanse. It's a body reset. You eat the entire time and you eat a lot. It's just the first week you get to eat animal protein, and then the second 2 weeks you're vegan. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. And you drink vegan Shakeology. You have the option to drink vegan Shakeology throughout. And then you're alkalinizing your body with greens. That's the greens, I believe, right? That's what they use now. Yeah. The power greens, which I'm going to talk about in a second when I get to the boosts. And then you also mineralize your body with Himalayan pink salt and a mineralization formula that helps to mineralize your body. And then what are the other little things you do?
There's a different set of, there's an optimize.
Yeah. And the detox one?
Yeah. I just got my thing if you want me to go open it.
Yeah, it's okay. There's some little supplement things that you add to it that keep, that completely reset your body. And again, I don't believe that, I don't know anybody that's done it that says that they again, can't leave the house. I've heard that the first 3 or 4 days are rough, because when you kind of quit eating all that other stuff cold turkey, you feel kind of yucky. And I think the first phase is the detox phase, and that's the phase that pulls the toxins out of your body. And I think people start to feel like they're getting sick. And then they realize by about day 5 or 6, a lot of people get really bad headaches. And then about day 5 or 6, they come out completely out of it and they feel great. And then usually the second and third week, they feel like $1,000,000. Is that right? Is that how you felt?
I only felt like shit for the first 2 days, but by day 3, I was good.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what how most people react to it. An amazing, amazing tool for people, especially if they're trying to quit something, smoking, soda drinking, alcohol, but something that they're trying to quit. It really helps to clean your body out, so your body doesn't really remember that it was craving that junk. But I have just heard countless stories of amazing results, and not just, oh, I lost some weight, I lost whatever. That's not what I'm hearing. I mean, that's a plus side. But a lot of what I'm hearing is that, people, like major things, like my blood pressure went down, my cholesterol is better in 21 days. Major things, gut stuff going away, major stuff. So an amazing product. It's a good idea to do a little more research on it if you want to know more, but I think it's a really good product for people who are in that mode. And like, I have somebody coming over to talk to me tomorrow, and she's talking about her husband. She says her husband wants to do a cleanse, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, you should do the ultimate reset instead. So we're going to talk about that. But when somebody says, I want to do a cleanse, this is what you talk to them about, is the ultimate reset, because cleansing really doesn't do you a whole lot of good, to be honest with you. It shunts your metabolism pretty badly because you're starving yourself. And so your body goes into starvation mode. The minute you go out of that starvation mode and you start eating again, you start putting on weight. So something like this, where it's not a cleanse, it's a reset. It teaches you really good habits. And I think the other thing a lot of people come out with is some really yummy recipes that they eat and their family eats for the rest of their lives, because they're just good, and they happen to be vegan and they don't care, because the food is so clean. So there's ultimate reset. And then I wanted to talk about the boosts, and I'm going to talk about the boosts and a little bit about Beachbody Performance. And I'm very familiar with both of them. How familiar are you guys with the boosts? Not very. None. Okay. So there's 3 boosts. There's the Energize boost, which is similar to, what's not called Energize, it's called Energize is what the performance one's called. Oh my gosh, it just left my head. Oh, okay, it'll come to me. I'll talk about the Power Greens. I use them every day. So the Power Greens, actually, they replaced the Alkalinize in the Ultimate Reset with the Power Greens. That is a boost for Shakeology. And it's this little tiny scoop. Seriously, it's like this big. And a whole scoop of that is the equivalent of 2/3 a cup of a combination of kale, cucumbers, celery, and spinach. And you cannot taste it in your Shakeology. It's green. It's very green, but so it changes the color, but you can't taste it. And the concept behind the greens is that, 1, you get greens in your diet, but 2, that you get it's another method to alkalinize your body. The more greens you get, the more alkaline you get. The more alkaline you get, the less clearly acidic you are. And there have been multiple mini studies in the medical literature about acidic systems harboring cancer, because cancer feeds off 2 things, acid and sugar. Or cancer grows better in an acidic environment, and it feeds off sugar. And the greens alkalinize your system. So a shot of those greens a day is going to do a really good thing for your body. And I do it every day. I put greens in my shake every day, and I'm really picky about the way my shake tastes, and it doesn't mess with it. So that's good. All right. The focused energy is what it's called. The next one, focused energy, is the energizing one. That is natural caffeine. It's not just straight up, 5-hour energy caffeine. It's natural caffeine. So if you're the type of person who needs caffeine in their day, or let's say you're the type of person who's going to go work out and you really need that boost of energy, but you drink your shake in the morning, focused energy is a good thing to do. It's a little bit longer lasting, energy than the Energize, which is from the performance line. So it's more like a cup of coffee versus like an energy shot. Does that make sense? And then the third boost that you can put in your Shakeology, and it doesn't taste like anything, so it has no flavor. And then the third one is called Fiber Boost. And the Fiber Boost is, I think, really cool. I don't personally use it, but my mom's used it, and my aunts used it. But for people who need more fiber in their diet for whatever reason, if it's a gut situation or if they're just older and they need more fiber, this product is amazing. You cannot taste it. And there's a profile of insoluble to soluble fiber that you're supposed to have in your diet. This Fiber Boost is the exact profile of soluble to insoluble fiber. And that is for optimal gut health and motility. It's not going to tell you exactly what that means because but still, that's what that is. And so Fiber Boost is pretty cool. Also, again, does not taste like anything. So if you need more fiber than what Shakeology is offering and what your overall diet is offering, you guys, we need like 45 grams as women of fiber a day. Men need closer to 70. And the average American, wait till you hear this. The average American diet gets 4 grams of fiber a day. And you wonder why our guts are so screwed up and why we have so much colon cancer. That's why. So the cool thing about fiber is that fiber binds crap, literally, not poop, junk. I mean, that too. But it binds junk in your system, dirty, nasty stuff in your system that needs to be pulled out. So it binds bile, it binds chemicals, it binds junk that's in your body, and then it moves it out. So it is so important. And the fact that the average American gets 4 grams of fiber in their diet per day is awful. And it explains a lot of what's going on with our systems and our illnesses. So that Fiber Boost is pretty cool. And none of those are very expensive. None of the boosts are expensive at all, actually. I think the retail on the greens is like $34. Our price is $24. And then the Fiber Boost is like, I think it's the same, $34. And the Focused Energy, I think, is the retail price on it's $26 or $27. And they're each 20 servings in a thingy. I don't know why not 30. Beats me, but nonetheless, that's what it is. So, and then let's see what time it is. 8:32. I'm going to go really quickly through the performance line because my guess is that you guys don't know much about it. Am I correct? You do. Nice. Do you use some of it, Lizzie? Which ones do you use? I'm going to do this music.
It's Phil Collins. Hydrate and Energize.
Okay. So the Energize, and Heather, do you use it? Which ones do you same? Hydrate and Energize? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I think the big difference between the Focused Energy and the Shakeology Boost and the Energize is that the Energize is more of a fast-acting, tingly, kind of tingles your fingers and gets you amped up quickly. Focused Energy does not do that. It's more like a cup of coffee. So I'm glad you guys know about that. And both of those come in packets. You can get individual packets, not for you guys, but for customers or, whatever, if you want to keep them on hand for people to try. And then, about Hydrate, the thing that I like about Hydrate is that I have perpetually been looking for a natural form of Gatorade for my son. And this is the only one, other than one that I found years and years and years ago that they don't make anymore. But Cliff Bar used to make one called Cliff Shot that was an uncaffeinated one that was an all natural, and it was awesome. But then they stopped making it, and then conveniently enough, about 9 months later, Shakeology or Beachbody came out with the performance line. And I spent some time with the British man who created it at the summit where they announced it, where they brought it out, and talked to him about the safety of it and all that stuff for kids specifically, but also just in general. Like, why would I use this over this Cliff stuff? Or another one that people talk about a lot is Scratch. That's another natural one, but tastes like crap. We sell it at our bike shop. But anyway, I love it because it is the exact right amount of each of the different electrolytes. And it's a really, really, really well studied, very well made product in terms of electrolyte replacement. I drink it every day. I don't know. Do you guys? I crave it kind of. I drink it every day that I work out and sweat, because usually on the same day, 5 days a week, I ride my horse too. And then I sweat then. And then if I don't, I get leg cramps. So that's Hydrate and Energize. Do you know about Recover? Okay, Recover is, you do, Heather? Have you used it?
Only once.
Yeah. So Recover is casein protein, which is a milk protein, branched chain amino acids, and pomegranate extract. Pomegranate extract is a natural anti-inflammatory. And casein and the branched chain amino acids are probably the best recovery material that you can put in your body to help your muscles recover from soreness and decrease soreness. And then there's the Recharge, which is an overnight, so something you drink at night. Oh, and the Recover has 22 grams of protein. And then the Recharge, and that comes in chocolate and orange. My son loves the chocolate. He drinks it every day. The orange he thinks tastes not so great, but some people really like it. And then there's the Recharge, which is an overnight product that you drink, and it has tart cherry. It's vanilla flavored, but it has tart cherry in it, tart cherry extract, and I think it's got whey protein and casein protein. Now I can't exactly remember. Should have it sitting in front of me. And branched chain amino acids as well. And the people who use that say that it helps a lot with muscle recovery and soreness, so they can get up and work out like crazy the next day. Amazing, amazing products. Nobody has the quality that we have, I don't think. I mean, I know GNC doesn't. It's the performance line is pretty fabulous.
I went to GNC before, I think it was either I was out of Shakeology or something, and I was trying to find anything that was similar, and I bought some packets, and they just didn't have anything similar. They were lots of artificial everything, and then also they tasted horrible. Like, they make me gag.
Ew.
And the guy, the one there's only one that's anything close to, it's not even close, you can't even say. And then also I was going to say tart cherry, they'll tell you to drink that cherries are good for sleeping, so that might be why that is in there for the overnight as well. I'm not sure, but I know that when I was having trouble with insomnia, drinking 100% cherry juice
helped a lot.
Is supposed to help you sleep. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Oh. I didn't know that. I'd always heard of it for muscle recovery and soreness. So that's pretty cool. I like it when it has more betterer things that it does too. That's awesome. The only other one that we don't talk a lot about is the creatine, and that's mostly for bodybuilders. Stay away from that as women. Even women bodybuilders don't really use creatine. So whatever. But that is in a nutshell sort of the continuity products. And I wanted to just go through them because I think it's important for us to continually educate ourselves as coaches as to what we have, what's available, and also kind of what else is out there. Like Lizzie, I think that was a really good exercise for you, even though it was out of desperation, to go to GNC and see what else is out there. I do it on occasion, like if we're walking through a mall or something, which is rare, but if we are and I see a vitamin store, I'll run in just to go compare stuff. And I'm like, that is the coolest thing, because they don't have squat. I mean, they have lots. They have 17 different shakes out there, and none of them compare to what we have. And I love that. I love that our company cares that much. So that's pretty cool. All right, we have less than 5 minutes. I want to see if you guys have any questions, and then I don't want to take up all the time. I almost did though. Anything?
Not on my end.
Okay, that's okay.
I'm just trying to up my game this month. I sent out 22 invites in the last 2 days, so.
Ah, you go, girl.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome in the first 2 days of the month. That's phenomenal.
Yeah. I just decided to quit. I don't know, quit being scared and just do it.
And let me ask you this. Do you feel better about inviting now that you've sent somebody?
Oh, God, yeah. And I got the easy ones out of the way, like people who have actually had some interest. And, I've got one of my friends used to be a coach, and he just sort of stopped doing it. And he got a bunch of people at my theater into it and then just stopped doing it. He's pretty flighty. And so when the actors found out that I was doing it, they were like, oh, I'll have to talk to you, if I need more Shakeology or want to do 21 Day Fix again or whatever. So there's quite a few of them that were with him, and he just sort of stopped. He canceled his coaching and everything, and so they all are hopefully gonna hang out with us.
That's awesome. Let me throw something out there for you for fun. When you have some time and you're all together, you might want to just say, hey, before do you mind if you can just say, do you mind if I switch you to me so I can be your coach when you're ready to go? And you can have an iPad or a laptop or even your phone, and you can you can do that coach change form that's on the FAQ site.
Okay.
It literally takes 2 seconds. It will take you less than a minute per person to run through that form. And
I know I'll be with one of them in a few months. So
yeah, so you can just say, hey, do you mind if I just switch you now? And then when you're ready to order again, we'll be all set. Mm-hmm. I've done that a couple of times. I think that's a good thing. Nice. Yeah. All right, that's awesome. Congratulations on your massive amount of invites. That's awesome. And I was telling another coach the other day, because she asked me, she's like, how do you deal with inviting? And I'm like, I just do it a lot. And it's like second nature now. And I really don't care if people ignore me anymore. And I'm just doing it because I know it'll help them. And some point in time, they'll be ready.
Well, I loved the badass group that Lindsay said. Was it yesterday, I think? I don't remember. I catch up on them like every 3 days. But how she said, you're sharing this opportunity and it's such a blessing. So you don't have to think of it as being salesy or trying to get someone to buy something. You're just sharing the opportunity with them. So
yeah, and sharing what works, not just what sells. So I think that, that was a really good one. I liked that one a lot, and then it's going to cut us off in a second. And the other one I liked a lot was the one about the encourage. Maybe it was the same one, but it was really good. I think it was the same one. All right, you guys, thanks for being here, and we'll see you next week. You're welcome. And the week after, we will not, I don't believe, have a team call. I'm going to be at Disney World. So, bummer. I don't know. We might actually, because it's my day off of the park is Thursday. So we'll see. I'll figure it out. But anyway, y'all have
go have fun and be warm.
Yeah, I will be. Best part. I know. All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.